If you're always learning combos, and trying to copy what other people are teaching you, but when it comes to freestyling, you start to like really freeze up. You're just trying to think, okay, what combos did I learn? Like freestyling is a hard skill for you. This video is for you, and I'm going to, number one, very lovingly drop a truth bomb on you today. But number two, I'm also going to show you how to start using combos to your benefit so you can stop copying and stop having them be a crutch and start using them as creative tools. Now, I actually recorded an entire podcast episode, which is also here on YouTube, about this topic where I go so much deeper. I explain like the really, really deep reason why this grinds my gears, not just because I'm like worried about what other people are doing, but really because it concerns me that dancers aren't able to freestyle when it is the most powerful, the most beautiful, and the most like connected way that we can connect to shuffling, because shuffling started as a freestyle dance. Combos, choreo, all those other things were things that evolved from it, as any other dance style does, and that's awesome. But I really want to make sure we can get back to the roots and that you're not missing out on this ability to be really creative and to really think for yourself. That's where the magic lies. So that is what we're gonna work on today. My goal is for you to keep learning combos, actually. I'm not saying stop learning combos. I teach combos in all of my programs. And so I really started thinking like, why does this make me so mad? Why does this stress me out for other dancers? And the answer is because people are relying on combos as a crutch, as I said, and they're not embodying them and integrating them into your freestyling. So two things that I'm going to teach you today are going to change the game for you. Number one is a mindset / perspective shift. And then number two is an actual physical thing, which I'm going to demonstrate. So the first thing technically is a perspective shift, but I will demonstrate it. I want you to start thinking of combos not just as like something that someone else created that I'm now learning and I'm going to memorize. I want you to start thinking about combos as sequences and ways to practice transitioning between moves differently and creating new patterns in shuffling. Yes, it might be a mouthful, but it's so worth it. It's going to change the game for you. Again, the podcast that I was referring to is going to significantly, I'll actually link it down in the YouTube description. That way you can go find it. It's going to go even deeper on my why behind this and why this definition makes such a difference. But I really want to demonstrate here today. This is the visual side of it, okay? If I picked a very quick, easy, whatever, beginner level combo, it could be running man, T-step, T-step, Charleston, crisscross, okay? Quick 8-count combo. Now, when I look at that as just, okay, I'm gonna do a running man, then a T-step, then a Charleston, then a crisscross, I'm actually losing all of the benefits of this combo. Instead, I should be thinking, okay, I'm going into my running man. Now, what do I need to change and adjust in the transition point to seamlessly move into my T-step? Okay, so now it's a pivoting motion. So I just finished my T-step and I'm gonna go into my Charleston. Now I know that I have to drop down into my Charleston, so my knees are gonna have to turn out. Okay, that's what makes that transition click, right? I finished my Charleston. Okay, crisscross now, the transition point is kind of similar to my Charleston. I still have that cross point, so I'm gonna drop down, and now this seamlessly goes from one to the other. Notice the difference. Instead of just, I'm just gonna copy this, it's like I'm actually breaking down what makes these transitions effective and how I can use these patterns, running man, T-step, Charleston, crisscross as the example, to create a sequence. That's one of many pathways. But what if I scrambled it up? So what if I did things in a reverse order or just an alternate order? Instead of calling this a combo, like yes, it is a combo, but now I'm taking that foundational combo or sequence and I'm trying to figure out how I can change the pathway from me to move from point A to point B. So as an example, maybe I start with T-step, T-step. Now, if I want to go into a crisscross, I immediately know, okay, when I'm thinking about it from a transition and pattern standpoint, I have to actually stop my momentum to drop down into a crisscross. So I need to halt and drop, right? From this point, let's say I want to go into a Charleston. Okay, a Charleston's kind of similar, but I know I got to pick my leg up. So I'm going to go here and then dropping into a running man. I know that this is a modified perch position, but but my running man usually would be a bit more square, so I need to square out here and come into a normal perch. And now I've just created a different pathway. I've created a different way to get from my T-step into my crisscross. Whereas before, I was going from a T-step into a Charleston, right? So it's creating way different pathways and giving yourself many, many options, not only to think about in your brain while you're freestyling, trying to think, okay, what can I do next? What can I do next? But by drilling these sequences, AKA combos that everyone is already drilling, we're starting to create new muscle connection, mind-muscle connection, where our muscle memory just works on our behalf. At a foundational level, that is really what freestyling is. It's the ability to trust your muscle memory that you've already worked on these sequences enough times that you don't have to really think about it. Your body just automatically does it. But if you're never freestyling, if you're never trying, and you're always just thinking about copying and pasting the combo into your own body, you're not gonna get to experience that, okay? So start thinking about combos differently. And I even recommend, if you take a lot of combos classes, if you create combos yourself or choreo, reverse the order. Try to see different ways to transition in and out of moves. Start with this sequence and then work with it in different ways. It will completely blow your mind and it will change your brain chemistry. Okay, so the second thing that is gonna change the game for you when you are learning combos is actually taking the time, taking the attention, and applying it into your freestyle. If freestyle feels uncomfortable for you right now, I want you to know I wholeheartedly understand. The combos probably felt uncomfortable at one point as well. So embrace the discomfort, have a beginner's mindset, and just know you can grow this skill the same way that you grew the skill of combos or choreo or whatever the case may be, okay? So applying it to your freestyle. Every time you learn a new combo, or if you go to a combos class and you learn a few combos, whatever, I want you to dedicate part of your practice session, make it even 50% of your practice session after you've drilled it, really worked it into your muscle memory, etc. Dedicate that time to intentionally trying to freestyle on either side of that combo. I actually have another video about this as well. It is titled something along the lines of how to integrate new moves or combos into your shuffle dance freestyle. I explain my freestyle sandwich concept in complete detail, so you can go there. But this is basically what you're gonna do. You are going to start with 2 counts of 8, at least, of just freestyle, okay? I want you to literally, even if it's all running man, even if it's all T-step, even if it's all crisscrosses, whatever the case may be, it's not about trying to make your freestyle so tricky. It's just about being able to do something on either side of the combo and create more of those patterns and more of those connections and options to move in and out of the combo. Instead of just feeling like you do 1 8 count of a combo and, oh, now I have to start the other combo that I learned last week right after. Combos are not chain links, okay? We wanna have freestyling and fundamentals in between there to create contrast and to not have it just be like tricks and tricks and tricks, right? It's gonna create diversity in your flow. So, going back to what I was saying, you're gonna do 2 counts of 8 of freestyle, then you're gonna do 1 count of 8 of your combo, or however long your combo is. The one that I demonstrated was an 8 count. And then you're gonna do the same thing over. 2 counts of 8 of freestyle, and then 1 count of 8 of the combo again. That way you are weaving in and out. So this is what it's gonna look like. Let's say I do 2 counts of 8 of freestyle right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes my combo. Running man 2, T-step 4, Charleston 6, crisscross 8, and freestyle 2, 3, 4. I'm starting again. 7, 8. Another round of freestyle. 5, 6, 7. Here's my combo. 1, 2, T-step 3, 4, Charleston 6, crisscross 8, and. Okay? I'm surprised I managed to do it on the other side. Bonus points if you do it again on the other side, just like I did. But you could see how I had freestyle for working in like lines of 8 counts, right? The first 8 count is freestyle. Second 8 count is freestyle. The third 8 count, I knew I was about to start my combo with a running man. So I intentionally said, okay, I gotta make sure I'm prepared for a running man at the end of my freestyle. I created a new neural pathway. I did my whole combo and then I freestyled out of it for 2 8 counts. I did the combo again, okay? This is going to be such a good way to integrate your combos into something that is bigger and better and more creative and more organic to you and your brain. So it's not about throwing the combos out, it's about integrating them into your own creativity. All right, so go check out those additional resources that I mentioned. They're gonna be linked here in the caption of this video. I just wanna be clear, I'm not anti-combos, okay? I said this in the podcast too. I'm not anti-combos, but I am anti-copying to the point where we're not thinking for ourselves. I'm anti not trying to be creative or not trying to flex a muscle that's really, really important in shuffling, and that is freestyling. What I am pro is pro sequences, right? Pro breaking down combos and using them to really, really give yourself so many different options to get in and out of movements and variations, and really embodying them and applying them into your freestyle using the technique and the tool that I showed you today. I hope that this was helpful. I hope this helps to convert some people who love combos into also being freestyle lovers. That way you can work both skills, have both skills to pull from, and have so much more in your toolkit. If this was helpful, make sure you subscribe to Shuffle Shred, because I always got the truth. I'm always spitting the truth here for y'all. I'm always helping to change the game so that you can be a more powerful, confident, and unique shuffle dancer.